Let us look at a few more exercises using the double intercept method. You are welcome to do this on your own, but you can also then later look. The answers are also available, but I will just guide you through the steps in this video. First of all, we look at this equation here, 3y plus 2x equal to 6. We've seen before we don't need a standard form. I'll get back to that. But to get the y-intercept, I can just plug in x equal to 0 in that formula. So I will get 3y plus 2 times 0 equal to 6. And if I solve for y, I will get y equal to 2. For the x-intercept, I will plug in y equal to 0. So I will have 3 times 0 plus 2x equal to 6, so I will have x equal to 3. That means we have two coordinates here. This coordinate here will be x is 0 and y is equal to 2. And this coordinate will be x is 3 and y is equal to 0. For accuracy, I can use either the m value or I can calculate another point. Let us look at the standard form here for this equation. And if I look at 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 6, then if I divide by 3, I get minus 2/3 x plus 2. So this should be a 2 and that should be a 2 because this 2 here should coincide with the y-intercept there. So this is 2, 2 and 2 there. Okay, now we can draw our graph. So the y-intercept, we have x is equal to 0, y equal to 2 if we accept that one block represents one unit, and if x is equal to 3, then y is equal to 0. And if we look at that point there, x equal to 1, then y is equal to 4 1/3, which is approximately there, which we cannot draw accurately now, but I can show you what else we can do. So let us just use those 2 points and we draw a line through the 2 intercepts there. Then remember to label this. This is the value 2, this is the value 3, this is 0. We have our x, we have our y, it continues, and we can now use our m value that we have here, which is minus 2/3, and we can see that if we go from the point on the y-axis, if we go down 2 units, so that's negative direction because it's down, and then 1, 2, 3 in the positive direction, then we reach the other point. So we know that we have the right graph, and we can just label it y equal to minus 2/3 x plus 2. Good, so this is the first one. Let us look at the second example here. For the y-intercept, we still have x equal to 0, so we have 0 minus 2y equal to 8, so that means y is equal to -4. And if we put in the x-intercept, then y is equal to 0, so we get x minus 2 times 0 equal to 8, so x is equal to 8. And we can take another point, so let x be equal to, let us make it 2. Let x be equal to 2. Then we have 2 minus 2y equal to 8. So minus 2y is equal to 6 and y is equal to -3. So we have 3 coordinates here, and we can list it here. The first one is 0, minus 4. The second one is 8, 0. The next one is 2, minus 3. I can also quickly find the standard form. That will be minus 2y equal to minus x plus 8. So if I divide by negative 2, I will get a half x minus 4. So here we have a half x minus 4, and our m value will be a half, and our c value will be negative 4. Now we see that our coordinates here are quite big, so we have 8 here, and we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks there. So let us make one block 2 units. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is the one dot for the x-intercept. On the y-intercept, the biggest value is negative, or the smallest value is negative 4. So here we can have still 1 unit. So we can have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. It is not necessary that we have the same scale on the x and the y axis, because sometimes we need to reduce our scale a little bit. On the top we have 1, 2, 3, etc. So the other one, 0, minus 4, the y-intercept is there, and the other value, 2, minus 3, will lie there. So now we can again draw our straight line through that points there, and try to do it as accurately as possible. And then we label the graph using the standard form y equal to a half x minus 4. And you can see, because of the standard form that has a positive slope, half, as x increase, y will also increase. And you can also check the slope here. The slope here, if you look here, we have 4 values here and 8 there. So we have 4 divided by 8. The 1, if I come from minus 4, I will go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8 in the positive direction, and so I have a positive slope. So this is the second one. Let us look at number 3. There we have the equation 3y minus 4x equal to 12. To find the y-intercept, we will put x equal to 0 equal to 12, so y will be equal to 4. And for the x-intercept, I put y equal to 0, so I get 3 times 0 minus 4x equal to 12. So x will be minus 3. If I take another point, for instance, x equal to, I want something that's divisible by 3, or let us just use the value of m in this case. So to get the value of m, I must find the standard form. So we have 3y equal to 4x plus 12. If I divide by 3, then I get 4 over 3x plus 4. And as you can see, this 4 coincides again with the value there. So our m value here is 4 divided by 3. So I can also put it in here. My standard form, y equal to 4 over 3x plus 4. My m is 4 divided by 3, and my c is 4. We have the points there. For this first one, we have x is 0 neither, so in this case x is 0 and y is equal to 4. For the next one, we have negative 3 and y is 0, and we have m is equal to 4 over 3 to check our answers. So let us put the first one, x is 0, y is equal to 4. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 block, 1 unit. And we can also do it on the horizontal axis. So this is 0. And here we will have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So there's my other dot. And I can draw my straight line using a ruler through those 2 points. And we should add arrows also. I did not do it on the previous page. And then we can again, if I start at this point here, and I move 1, 2, 3, that's in the x direction, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 in the y direction, then I have my m, which is 4 over 3. It's 4 in the y direction, 3 in the x direction. But both of it is positive, plus 4 and plus 3. So now we can just label the graph, and the graph will be y equal to 4 over 3x plus 4. You don't have to write all of this. You can, for instance, just have that. And then it's neatly done. So I've just shown you how we count the blocks. Now we come to number 4, and if I do the same thing and I work out my y-intercept, then I get 3y minus x is equal to 0. So I will get y equal to 0. So I'll get the coordinates 0, 0 here. And the same will happen here, because if I make y 0, I get 3 times 0 minus x equal to 0. So x is also 0. So we have only the point 0, 0. That's all we have. Okay, so before we continue, let's look at this method, the intercept slope method. And the intercept slope method, we need to find m first. So if I now write this equation in standard form, I will get 3y equal to x. So y will be 1 over 3x. That's my standard. 1/3 x plus 0. So we don't write a 0, but the intercept is 0, the dot that we made there. So, let us look at m. How can I find this 1 over 3? We either had plus 1 divided by plus 3, or we have minus 1 divided by minus 3. Suppose I start at the origin and I walk 1 unit in the y direction and then 3 units in the x direction, I get my next point. So it's 1 unit up and 3 units to the right. It's plus, plus. So this is the number 1. This is the number 3. So there's my new point. Or if I use the second part, the minus 1, minus 3, I start at the origin. I walk 1 down, and then 1, 2, 3 to the left, and I have a new point there. So now I can take my ruler and I can join those 3 points there. The line y equal to 1/3 of x, and you can see it has a small slope at x. The slope is very small, but we use the method to find 2 other points. It is crucial that you always start at the y-intercept when you use this intercept slope method. In this case, we started at the origin because there was no c value, but you can also use this method to draw the other graphs like we had before. So I must say I rarely use this method unless it's necessary, like in this case. And that is the double intercept method. And with the cherry on the cake, this where I need to use something else. As I say, you can also just ignore this m value, but you can also just work out 2 extra points by substituting, for instance, x equal to, in this case, because we have it's 3 there, I will, for instance, make x equal to 3, and then we will have y equal to 1. And I will put something else that's divisible by 3, because we're going to divide by 3, etc. Like, for instance, x equal to 6, and then work that out. And then I have 2 other points. We must just also put this here, minus 3. See, I did not label this. Okay, good luck with this.